Hello, welcome to Algorithms. My name is Saurabh, and today we are going to talk about cyber threat intelligence with Azure Sentinel. You know that CTI or cyber threat intelligence, it can come from many sources such as source data feeds, threat intelligence, sharing communities, paid intelligence feeds, and security investigations within organizations. And CTI can range from written reports on a threat actors, motivations, infrastructure, and techniques to specific observations of IP addresses, domains, and file hashes. So essentially, CTI provides context for unusual activity, so security personnel can act quickly to protect their organization assets. Now, when we talk about security information and event management solution, they use threat indicators to detect, provide context, and inform responses to existing or potential cyber threats. But how they do it? That's an important question. So in this case, we are talking about Azure Sentinel. So CTI in CIM solutions like Azure Sentinel is threat indicator data, and sometimes we call it indicators of compromise. So this is a very important term being used by security experts, or those who are working at advanced level. Indicators of compromise. So most of the time you hear people talking about key performance indicators or key indicators, but here it is indicators of compromise. Now, threat indicators associate URLs, file hashes, IP addresses, and other data with known threat activity like phishing, botnets, or malware. And this form of threat intelligence is often called tactical threat intelligence because security products and automation can use it in large scale to protect and detect potential threats. And in case of Azure Sentinel can help you detect, respond to, and provide CTI context for malicious cyber activity. In this case, we are talking about three different use cases. So you connect to open source threat indicator data from public servers to identify, analyze, and respond to indicator threat activity. That's number one. Number two, you use existing threat intelligence platforms or custom solutions like Microsoft Graph tail indicators API to connect and control access to threat indicator data. The third one is you provide CTI context and reporting for security investigators and stakeholders. Now this is not an architecture, but how it looks like. So you see you can get data from STIX, which is structured threat information expression, and trusted automated exchange of intelligence information servers, or from any threat intelligence platform or solution that you have in your organization. In this case, uh, uh, we used a tax server, as well as we have showcased custom solution, and then how Microsoft API is getting that data from custom solution to Azure Sentinel, how this looks like. So you have got querying capability on those logs, then you have your own workbooks that you can use to display analytics. You can then create playbooks and create incidents as well. So you have got analytics, you can see the output, you can define severity, you can define the rule type, whether it is scheduled or ad hoc, what sort of tactics, what's rule query, data sources that it is coming from, what sort of description. So all those things are pretty clear and pretty neat once the integration is done properly. And now recently Microsoft has launched uh, several data connectors as well that you can watch. In my one of the previous presentations, I explained all the 15 data connectors and the purpose of each data connectors, which are coming from different vendors. and that is very useful. Then you will come to know how to use those data connectors plus these APIs and to create a full-fledged solution, because here in this case we are just talking about threat intelligence, so that is one dimension of security. So as I said, threat indicator data connector. So in this case, Azure Sentinel imports threat indicators just like other event data by using data connectors. So the two Azure Sentinel data connectors for threat indicators are threat intelligence, which is tags, and threat intelligence platforms. You can use either or both data connectors depending upon where your organization gets its threat indicator data, and you enable the connectors in each workspace that you want to receive the data. I'm not going to explain or go uh, detailed about tax data connector and threat intelligence platform data connector. Maybe I should discuss it in another presentation, because that is a separate topic. But threat indicators log, as I said, it is already displayed in the picture on the top right, how you can, just writing a simple query, you can review your logs. Apart from that, one more thing important. So the connectors which I explained in my previous presentation, those are I guess in public preview. So just make sure when you are using those connectors, are these in public preview or gone live for the production as well. That you can figure out with the Microsoft folks, because sometimes these dates are outdated, so you get more. Now they have started updating it regularly, but still, just to be on the safer side. Other than that, what are the alternatives? So any organization that has a custom threat indicator platform can use Microsoft Graph Security API to send threat indicators to other Microsoft security solutions like Defender ATP. Now, since Azure Sentinel provides many other built-in data connectors to Microsoft solutions like Microsoft Threat Protection, 365 Sources, Cloud App Security, there are also built-in connectors to the broader security ecosystem for non-Microsoft solutions. And as I said, if you look at my previous presentations, you will come to know what are those connectors. You can also use common event format like syslog, which is coming from Linux, or REST API to connect to your data sources with Azure Sentinel. From the deployment perspective, you just need to enable the threat intelligence, create an example analytics rule, and view or edit the threat intelligence workbook. I guess this is it from my side. If you have any specific question, please drop in the comments box and I'll get back to you. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.